Buckle up, Patriots. We're about to dive into a story that'll make your blood run cold. President Trump, the man who dared to challenge the swamp, is now facing direct threats on his life. Multiple threats. We're talking simulated drone attacks, FBI investigations tainted by anti-Trump bias, and a foreign regime openly fantasizing about harming a former U.S. president on American soil. This is not just an attack on Trump. It is an attack on the very foundation of our republic. So stay tuned because, yes, this is going to get ugly. Now, check this out. You're listening. With threats against President Trump escalating, our nation's ability and stability is at risk. Just like these threats, our national debt has surpassed $35 trillion, threatening our economic security. Smart patriots are protecting themselves by shifting to what the Constitution deems as real money, gold and silver. As uncertainty looms, don't let your wealth be vulnerable. Call Global Gold Investments at the number on the screen, 888-700-4148 for their free 2024 Protect Your Wealth and Retirement Guide. Mention Next News for 5-star treatment and a complimentary portfolio analysis. Remember, in times of crisis, if you don't have gold, you don't have true wealth. Secure your future now at IRAGoldproof.com. Okay, let's show you right now what was just published by the Iranian regime that has everybody up in arms. Donald Trump Jr. says this was posted on the Ayatollah's website. I guess we should expect nothing less from a terrorist regime. My father had Iran almost bankrupt, and the Biden-Harris administration gave them millions, making the world a far more dangerous place. Let's watch this together. Target. And there you have it. A direct threat published by the Ayatollah himself on his website. And yes, we have lots of reaction now to this. Lots of reaction. And it doesn't just end with the Ayatollah or Iran. An Idaho man was charged with threats to kill Trump. A man named Warren Crazy Bull made 9 threatening calls to Trump's home, claims he was told to do so because what the prior Secretary of State Albright said about Trump campaign blamed Harris and Dems for the threats. Idaho man charged with threatening to kill Trump in phone calls to MAR-A-LAGO. He said, "I want Trump in a body bag." Unhinged leftist from Idaho was just charged with making threats against a former president, left multiple threatening calls. Here is a picture of the guy. Warren Jones Crazy Bull. This happened just hours ago. Documents obtained states he threatened to kill Donald Trump by placing multiple calls to the Mar-A-Lago hotel. And he's actually posted some videos online, and there's a longer version that I really can't even play here. It's really quite sick. Let's see how we can.
I want you guys to know that it's over for Trump. I want Trump in a body bag on TV. You're going to have your head chopped off.
Okay.
But not before first being stabbed in the heart.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's basically the lunatic making the threats right there. And of course, for the YouTube censors, we are presenting this to provide context to the greater story. So, give us a break here, would you please? But of course, if you recall, let's see, this is we got Crooks, we got Routh. We remember that guy in Arizona too. Remember this guy?
President was just. It's finally over. Police have arrested the man who threatened to kill former President Trump ahead of today's Arizona border event. Fox.
So that's the fourth guy, and now of course we got the Ayatollah posting messages and these videos, and you know what? It's really coming down to the rhetoric of the left that is causing all of this insanity. They are driving this. President Trump, of course, remaining defiant, absolutely defiant. Listen to what he just said a couple hours ago.
And that's why we all need to pull together to thwart these attempts and to bring back American strength, power, and prestige. We will soon have it back. No threat will shake me. No enemy will intimidate me. And I have never been more determined than I am today, and I will never back down in my fight to make America great again, which is what we're doing.
And the crowd goes wild, and the liberals go crazy. Here is what's interesting. We have all these threats. All these threats are taking place. And then Joe Biden decides to go on The View. Whoopi Goldberg compares Trump to a buzzing bug, and she imitates Trump flying around. And then what does Biden do? Watch.
And he just wouldn't go. He was like a bug. He just kept being there. He was like a bug right there. So you felt...
Oh, it's so funny. We're going to squash Trump like a bug. So much for toning down the rhetoric, right? So much for toning it down. And then we have, Lisa Murkowski. Of course, she's not going to be voting for Donald Trump. That's not a surprise. We got some more information here. Where is that clip from? Oh, yeah. Here's the United States Postal Union sending a letter calling Trump an existential threat. The Postal Carrier Union, the people that deliver your mail. Yeah. That arm of the federal government have now declared Trump an existential threat. We are living in clown world, my friends, when the postal office is going postal on Trump. Here is Biden's Secretary of Commerce. Listen to what she said.
Remarkably, he says, is the opposite. It's just another lie. Like, how did we get here? Let's extinguish him for good. We have an answer. We have a remarkably talented candidate who is sincere, who's pragmatic, who's open. Let's just get it done. And it's just another lie. Like, how did we get here? Let's extinguish him for...
Let's extinguish him, squash him like a bug. This is all current rhetoric that just piles on the long list of leftist lunatics who are continually amping up the violent rhetoric that are inspiring these people to go and sit down behind a fence line in the golf club for 12 hours. Okay? Inspiring people like in Arizona to drive hours to go and hunt down Donald Trump. Or this lunatic to make multiple phone calls and threaten Trump's life. Well, he's been arrested, thank God. We are going to find out what's going to happen with Routh, though. That's going to be interesting. But Trump's senior advisor, Jason Miller, reacting as well about the recent threats and the rhetoric and Trump's comments today.
Disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden can laugh about this or completely ignore it. You heard from President Trump today that if there was another country that was making threats or potential assassination attempt on a leader such as himself or on one of his political opponents, he would take immediate action. He would send a signal that they would be blown to smithereens. This is not just some political attack. This is not simple election interference. Laura, this is an attack on the entire United States. Where Where's Hakeem Jeffries? Where's crying Chuck Schumer? Where are the Democrats? Where's the mainstream media? This is not a time for jokes. They're talking about our sacred institution of elections and our way of life, our democracy. President Trump has come within an eighth of an inch of his life for him not being here from a first assassination attempt. Fortunately, we had a very responsive and well-acting Secret Service agent that prevented a second attempt from happening. We don't know just how close this additional attempt could have been, but the fact that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are doing nothing and saying nothing is a disgrace.
It is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace what we're witnessing in this country. The rhetoric is so violent. Rand Paul, on the Secret Service failures, one U.S. Secret Service agent called a toll-free number for help. Listen to this. This is Rand Paul.
This guy with a big, but the errors are just, legion. But here's the big errors. Roof left unattended. Nobody did anything about it. But a couple of minutes, 90 minutes before this, they see a suspicious guy with a big backpack, big enough to basically fold up and put a semi-automatic weapon in. They see him with a rangefinder. Enough to stop the proceedings. That alone, if you cannot find him and interview him and you lose him, it's enough to stop the proceedings. But with 3 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go, 6:06, the shootings at 6:11. At 6:06, people are yelling, man on a roof, man on a roof, pointing to the roof. The police at 6:08 are yelling, man on a roof, man on a roof. They're running with guns drawn to the man on the roof. And at this point, there's a broadcast, man on the roof, to everyone in the control tent. Do they get the president off the stage? Nobody says, take the former president off the stage. Nobody does the one thing you should automatically do when a man is on the roof and you see a potential shooter. They didn't do their job.
Report outlines the Secret Service's failure in Butler, Pennsylvania, including the one Secret Service agent who had to call a 1-800 number to ask questions about the drone he was supposed to be using.
But
total incompetence, or is it darker? That's the question we all need to be asking. And take a look at this video, this Trump sniper team at Trump Tower. These guys are on point. Look at the hardware these guys are carrying. Now, it looks like I'm guessing these guys are Secret Service sniper teams. There's been a lot of talk about Trump hiring private security as well. I'm not sure if he's done that, but it's highly likely that these could also be Secret Service or private. Trump Tower sniper team don't play. Think he handpicked them? Wouldn't be surprised. Look at those guns, Lordy. The asshats better not try anything. It'd be absolutely stupid for them to do so. Look at these guys. This is the kind of protection that Trump needs to have. Okay, they had police patches, so they may actually be local New York police. Now, I want to play something for you today here. This is Behezy Tweets, a guy named George. Just started following him today. He showed up in my For You page on X. If you're not following us on X, you need to do so. You'll get a lot of additional information and reaction throughout the day that you won't normally find here on YouTube. So I messaged this guy. I said, I really appreciated what he said. I'm going to play it for you. I said, do you mind if we play this on the show tonight? He said, absolutely, man. He's like, I heard about your issues with censorship, heard about your issues with demonetization. He's like, go for it, man. So I really appreciate him. So let's take a look at this guy. His name's George.
So apparently there's a video going around that was supposedly posted on some Ayatollah website in Iran. I don't even know what Ayatollah means, but the video is supposed to prove that Iran has a plot to take Trump out. Don't get it twisted. If something happens to Trump, I'm not even gonna think about thinking to blame Iran. I have a whole list of people that I'm gonna blame first, and Iran does not make that list. They're not even in the top 100. So let's say we wake up one day and something really tragic happened to Trump. Who do I blame first? Well, I guess we can just start with the people who spied on Trump as a candidate and as president-elect, and probably still spy on him to this day. How about the people that created the fake dossier to make him look like a Russian plant? Oh, how about the FBI that legitimized those claims, even though they knew they were false? How about the people that impeached them? How about the 51 intelligence officials who wrote a letter saying Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation when it was real the entire time and they knew it? It just dawned on me. The kind of people who would want to take out Trump are the kind of people who rigged and stole the 2020 election. What about the people who raided his house for no reason? Or charged him like an iPhone in every single jurisdiction? Fannie Willis, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, the list goes on. What about the neocon warmongers who are pissed off that Trump didn't want to go to war with any country? Would they want to take him out and justify an endless war with Iran? They want a combo like IHOP. Hey, look, everybody, your hero's dead. No! We're going to blame it on this country we already don't like, so that we can go to war with them. We take out the guy we don't like, check, and now we get an endless war, check. Yeah, Iran's a corrupt country with a lot of evil leaders, but they're just a scapegoat. The real threat is in D.C. So apparently there's a video.
Yeah, so he's reacting to the video we played for you at the beginning of the show that was presented by Iran. We're learning now that Jim Jordan is now probing A.G. Garland on the release of the attempted Trump assassin's manifesto. We reported on that yesterday. Now, if you don't know about it, it literally says there's a $150,000 bounty that this attempted assassin has now put out because the DOJ published it. How many more people, how many more lunatics are going to see that thinking that they are going to have a payday? Because the DOJ publishes this. Matt Gaetz, days ago, already pointed out that there's 5 known assassination teams operating in the United States. 3 of them are foreign, 2 of them are domestic. And how many are there now? After that letter went out. And we've got 2 more lunatics? They get picked up? Yeah. This is crazy, but this is what we're dealing with. The post office going postal. Iran publishing this. Biden's Secretary of Commerce telling Democrats to extinguish Trump for good. Biden going on The View, squashing Trump like a bug. Pray for President Trump. He posted on his Truth Social, big threats on my life by Iran. The entire U.S. military is watching and waiting. Moves were already made by Iran that didn't work out, but they will try again. Not a good situation for anyone. I'm surrounded by more men, guns, and weapons than I've ever seen before. Thank you, Congress, for unanimously approving far more money to Secret Service. 0 no votes. Strictly bipartisan. Nice to see Republicans and Democrats get together on something. An attack on a former president is a death wish for the attacker. Okay, we'll find. Let's go. We'll play.
I don't think that it can be defended. What happened on January 6th.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Murkowski's still playing that song.
Was an effort by people who stormed a building in an effort to stop an election.
Okay, well, we all know that was instigated. There were people and provocateurs planted inside Antifa, FBI agents. The whole thing was a setup. There's no question. We all know that. And who knows if this whole Iranian thing was a setup, but at least we know that they published it. And now there's all this reaction. It's disgraceful. Just do yourselves a favor. Do the president a favor. Do this country a favor. Gather your friends and your family and just say a prayer. It's the only thing that's going to protect this president is the hand of God. And we know the hand of God is on this man. He wouldn't be here otherwise. When he was standing there in Pennsylvania, in Butler, on that stage, turning his head, I have this vision. I can see it, my mind's eye, my spirit's eye. I can see the hand of an angel just turning the president's head to look at that graph that was presented. It's the only thing that you can, that's the only way. Divine providence and protection is on this man. So let's amplify our prayers. So there you have it. A former president's life in danger. The mainstream media is silent. But here's the multi-million-dollar question. Who do you think is really behind these threats? Is it foreign actors, domestic enemies, or something even more sinister? Sound off in the comments below. And remember, in times like these, staying informed isn't just a right, it is a duty. So keep watching, keep thinking, and most importantly, keep fighting for the truth.